U.S. President Donald Trump said trade talks with China were going along very well, as the world's two largest economies try to resolve their 7-month tariff war ahead of a March 1 deadline for a deal, Reuters reports. U.S. tariffs on $200 billion worth of imports from China are scheduled to rise to 25% from 10% if the two sides don't reach a deal by then, increasing pain and costs in sectors from consumer electronics to agriculture. Trump on Wednesday told reporters at the White House his administration has a big team of people, very talented people, over in China right now, negotiating on the China deal. It's going along very well. We'll see what happens, but I think it's going along very well. They're showing us tremendous respect, Trump added. Trump's comments echoed those of U.S. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin, who earlier told reporters in Beijing, "So far, so good," when asked about the progress of talks. Mnuchin, along with U.S. Trade Representative USTR Robert Lighthizer, arrived in the Chinese capital on Tuesday for meetings with Vice Premier Liu He, the top economic advisor to Chinese President Xi Jinping, on Thursday and Friday. Deputy-level officials started talks on Monday. The two U.S. cabinet officials will meet with Xi on Friday, the South China Morning Post reported, citing a source briefed on the arrangements. Representatives from the USTR's office and Treasury could not immediately be reached to comment on the report. Trump met with Liu at the White House when a Chinese delegation came to Washington for talks at the end of January. The U.S. president had said on Tuesday that the deadline for an agreement could slide for a little while, but he preferred not to do so. Trump added he expects to meet with Xi to close the deal at some point. Trump's advisors have described March 1 as a hard deadline, but Trump told reporters a delay was possible. Speaking to Fox News on Wednesday, White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders said, "We'll see what happens on whether or not the president makes a move to change the deadline." She also raised the possibility of a meeting between the leaders of the two countries, saying Trump's personal retreat at Mar-a-Lago in Florida would make a good venue. It will ultimately take President Trump and President Xi sitting down face-to-face, figuring that out and getting that final deal, because they are the only two that'll ultimately be able to nail that down, Sanders said. Trump has said he did not expect to meet with Xi prior to March 1. Contact us at email protected CG.